and this will be it for our bullish scenarios. First level for our bullish scenarios will be 2430 area. Then we can go all the way to the upside. For gold last week, you guys can see how we short-term buys and the overall bearish trend. Okay, you can still remember these key levels which I spoke about. These strong key levels that anything could happen, that we could have price go to this first level, and we will have price drop all the way to the downside from that same area. So that's why it's very important to mark out your key levels, because price mostly always respects those areas. Even the black line that we have here, okay, you can see gold was just trying to do a break retest on that trend line, and it push continuations to downside. This trend line that actually signifies the break and retest of the trend line. It was more like a short-term buy, just like I predicted on the last week video. Okay, so moving forward for this week on gold. Okay, on gold we have this price is still very much close or almost there on the same key level, which we now have two touches, three touches, and we are expecting a fourth touch. Okay, somewhere around this area, which price is already there or very close to that area. So what we are going to do right about this week is price to, it's no big deal. It's priced to come into this area and a push continuations to all the way to our 20, our 23 point, our 2354.38 area. Okay, then we can go all the way to the downside, right, to our 23,274 area. So like so. So actually, let me take this out. So actually, we'll be more bullish, or we'll be more bearish on gold. Okay, we'll be more bearish on gold. Okay, because this is more like also one of my A setups for next week, or for this week. Actually, for this week, and this week, one of my A setups for gold for this week. So just keep an eye on whatever happens on gold, somewhere around this area, or whatever price does around this area. Remember, we trade from zones to zones. Okay, one zone after the other, one zone at time. All right. So up next is the DXY. So for the DXY for last week, for most of you that has been following us on our weekly, judiciously on our weekly market forecast, see how we have been actually anticipating either ways. Okay, our analysis is not way no different from last week, because price has been giving us a sideways move. Okay, price has been giving us a sideways move. As you can see, price is neither going down nor going up. Okay, price basically in a range. Okay, price is basically in a box, which is more like a range consolidating. Right. So what happens? So we our analysis for this week on DXY no way different. We still keep our analysis just like last week. Okay, either price starts going down from this area. Okay, either price start going bearish from this area to our support level here, which is our 103 level, or price push up to the upside, and our target on the upside is our 140 um, level. Okay, so let's just keep an eye on the DXY, and I think we should be having some strong fundamental news coming up this week, so which is going to help price push to either of the direction. So we'll not be going in depth on this video. You can watch last week video to see how we analyzed a deep analysis on the DXY, right, so that you can understand much better. And if you're still watching to this very moment, please do well to smash the subscribe button, like, share, and drop a comment on the comment section. All right, so moving forward is Euro USD. I would love to see Euro USD probably clear. There's a little minor support level like so, that area. Then we look for bearishness. Then we can look for bearishness to the downside. That's for the downward. Then we can go all the way to the 1.08. Yes, for Euro USD last week. you guys can see how we analyzed and predicted this bearishness on. We had this minor key levels. We had this minor key levels which we had marked out. So price was somewhere around here during when we had our last week and weekly market forecast analysis. So price started dropping all the way from that area to the downside, which we're able to catch that too. And we also want to try catching this one on this zone, which we also took an L somewhere around there. Okay, we had an early entry somewhere around here. Price took us out, and but doesn't actually mean that we are wrong. Okay, the analysis may be right, but our entry was not timing enough. But it made all our entry criteria for a bearish drop on the. But be it as it may, we are still very much bearish on the on Euro USD. So let's see how it closed for last week, how we actually closed. Right. So if we look at the weekly candles here, we had an reversal star candle all the way to the downside. So we can see much push. Okay, and we now had a deep bearish engulfing candle here on the weekly time frame. So if you go back to our 4 hour, you can use this as a set of confirmations to what we should be expecting in or for what we should be expecting in the coming weeks for for the for Euro USD. So for me, when market opens, well, all what we just have to do is put our stops, put levels up there, and targets our a very nice one is to 2.4.5. Okay, targets all the way to support area. So I'll be very much bearish Euro USD. It would more bearish than bullish. So I'm not really seeing the bullish scenarios on the bullish side of market, and this actually also looks like an A setup. And if you look deep inside here, you can see what price was trying to do, which I also mentioned to you guys, head and shoulder. Okay, so maybe price can just give us a retest on that zone for that drop on the head and shoulder. All right, so that's why chart patterns are very much. So up next is the GDP USD. We could have a push up to this area, which is the 1.29 area, the 294 area. Then we can come all the way to the downside of the 1.285 area. Okay. So GDP USD, you can see how we analyzed. This was one of our best trades for last week. One of our winners and best for last week. So that's why when I tell you guys, we are always right 9 out of 10 times. It show you the done in our analysis and our entry. Okay, and if you wish to trade the way that we do, on the description below, so that you can join our free Telegram community, and also probably like the way that we trade, you can join our mentorship. Okay, so moving forward for GDP USD, I sent this out like you guys just watched on the video. I sent this out for you guys on last week video. We had price giving us these strong key levels, which passed through a markup test. Even if you look deep, if you are very good in divergence, you that price is more like this is a divergence. So there were a lot of confluences to this trade and the GDP USD that we took. I even wanted to do a deep analysis about it, but I actually had a very stressful and busy, so I could not do detailed video on how we were able to trade. So I'm going to brush through on this video. Okay, so we also had a divergence. Okay, a bearish divergence here, and we had price giving us some good key levels here, and just like on the last week video you guys saw, the arrow is still here. Okay, the arrow is still here. So I said price would come back to retest this area, and then we'll have a massive drop into our next level, which was our 1.288 area, all the way to the downside. So for Euro USD, so for GDP USD this week, we would be still looking for more more drops, okay, more bearishness on GDP USD to our next level of our 1.279 area level, okay, or we may also have a little bit retracement, okay, a little bit retracement to that level like so, then a drop to the downside. So either which way on GDP. And only why you guys are seeing me not actually mention the bullish scenarios for these trades are they are because price is the areas for price to pass to go bullish, okay, for my kind of setups are entry. Price has to alter these highs, okay. Price also alter this market structure wise. Okay, so I can only go bullish on this trade if price clears these highs and go all the way to the upside. That's the only way I could go bullish on those trades right about there. Okay, so up next is a USD JPY. JPY is on a very nice key level there. I would really love USD JPY to go to the downside, but if it doesn't, the price push all the way to the downside back to 155 area, then we can go all the way deep down to a 151 area. JPY were also one of the our best setups for last week, and which you guys saw on the other video how predicted and how we mentioned it on our previous video. We had these mini levels, this key level being marked out, and price came into that area and dropped all the way to the downside. You can also see the arrow right about there, okay. So we were looking for a drop, at least like you guys know, we trade from zone to zone, even though we may be anticipating over 1,000 pips or 2,000 pips plus drop to the downside. Okay, it's very necessary that you secure your profits at some point. Actually, I myself, I wish I had actually kept, even though it's 20 to 10% of my profits running to the next key level, which is our 151 area. But we made a lot of money already on other winning trades, which we had for last week. Okay, so price, I had already set my TP on this area, this support area. So price uh was out there, and the everyone was selling in profit. Okay, so for this coming week, okay, for this coming week on the Euro USD, okay, so we may have price continuing bearish from that area to our 150 area, okay, to our 150 area, which is like right about here, or we could also have also have some little more deeper retracement to our 155 area, then a drop to our 151 area, or more drops to our 150 area. Okay, so these are our two bearish scenarios for USD JPY for the coming weeks for this week. So always do well to mark up these areas on your chart, just like I always tell you guys, so that you can, whenever you see price come close to those areas, remember what I mentioned on this and start looking out for this kind of setup, or even use them with your own confluences of your own trade or your own kind of trading pattern or ever trading pattern. Key levels are very, very important and makes a lot of sense. Okay, so up next is AUD USD. AUD USD have let's go to our daily time frame. Okay, we had so much strong bearishness, but we did not catch this. Okay, but we predicted the bearishness on the AUD USD for last week, but we were not able to catch this, or even we're okay with other. So for AUD USD, not to take much of your time, this week we are looking for price to come into either of these key levels. So, right, let me do this. The price to come either of these key levels, a retracement to this key level, then a drop back to the downside, or price to go for a deeper retracement to the next key level, which we have, which is our 0.66 area, then a drop to the downside. Okay, so either which way, we are looking for more like a buy to sell on the AUD USD. Guys, so if you're still watching this video at this moment, well, to smash the like button, subscribe, and always drop a comment and let us know what you think about this analysis. If you are seeing the same thing that we are seeing, or even though you are seeing anything different, you can drop your own suggestions or what you are also seeing price up. And always share our content and like, share, subscribe on the link description below to join our free Telegram community. They will share free signals, which like ones that you guys saw during the week, so you can also benefit from this. And it's a boy Admire FX once again, and see you guys next week. Cheers.